6 is Dave Young. Follow your dream. Follow your dream, Dave Young.
Contest Chair, ladies and gentlemen. I blame it on Dr. Phil, really. He was saying middle-aged guys should follow their dream. And he had all these examples of success. Well, I'm a middle-aged guy. So I decided to follow my pervading, obsessive dream. I've always wanted to be a jockey. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But I can't talk in a little high voice like them other jockeys. I just have to try. It's strange, really, because the last time I went riding, I nearly fell off. I can remember I was hanging on for dear life, and this thing was backing and rocking underneath me, and I would have fallen off, but the money fell out. So off I went to jockey school. Now my friends, they wanted to talk me out of it. They said, Dave, you really shouldn't do this. I knew what they were thinking. They were thinking I couldn't handle it academically. Well, they didn't. They needn't have worried. Because right from the very first day, I was way above all the others in the class. No, I mean, I was head and shoulders above everybody else. And I was doing well. Then came the day that we got our jockeys' outfits. Skin tight, satin knee-length trousers. Stunning. Purple top with slimming lime green stripes. Rounded off with knee-high jack boots. What a kicking outfit. And when I walked through the stable to display my wonderful new look, there was pandemonium. Buckets were kicked over, pitchforks were thrown away, guys were coming out of their stables to look me go past. Even horses were doing the same thing. Yeah, I knew what they were thinking. I was gorgeous. Well, came the day of graduation, and my tutors took me aside and said, Dave, I don't know how successful you'll be. You might struggle to get a ride. They needn't be worried, because I was able to hold all the other jockeys at arm's length. And I got my first ride. So we turned up to the race day, dressed in my skin-tight pants. And as I walked into the birdcage where all the horses were, the crowd started laughing. Absolute raucous laughing all over the place. And I thought, I don't know what they're thinking. That horse doesn't look that funny. And I walked over to the little guy that was waiting to help me put me into the saddle. And I got on the horse. My feet were still touching the ground. I'm thinking, this isn't going to be a horse race, it's going to be a drag race. So I get up into the starting position, knees up and ready to go. And we walk to the starting gates. Now the other horses walked into the starting gate, all haughty, looking at me and my wonderful horse. The other jockeys getting ready. The horses standing there, nice and upright, ready to go. And I thought, this will be interesting. And then I knew that the horse I'd been given was a real winner. He walked into the starting gates and he took up a position. He was different from all the others. You've seen those Olympic sprinters, haven't you? When they get down on their hands and knees ready to start the race. Well, mine's down there. He's down there ready to go. And I'm ready to go with him. Looking at the other guys thinking, suckers. The gates open, the hooves thundered, the whips cracked, the nostrils flared, the crowd's roaring. And I know what you're thinking. We're out in front, right? We hadn't even moved down the stadium. I looked down at my horse, and I swear I heard horse language for amen. He hadn't been getting ready for the race at all. He was down on his hands and knees praying. Well, so much for Dr. Phil. That ended my midlife crisis. I decided, well, Dave, it's back to your day job. I know what you're thinking. What was my day job? Well, it's... I'm a swimsuit model.
1 minute silence, please.